Hi, welcome to this interesting session where we discuss something very close to many of our hearts. And we're going to discuss why marriages fail. I'm sure in our day to day interactions, we've met this couple, that couple, or we know, or we are currently going through personally, or yourself personally, some very difficult times or challenges or experiences in marriage. So, why is it that marriage fails? Why is it that marriage at times does not work? And I would want to say marriage actually works. It is we, the people in marriage, who are not deliberate about working marriage. So you must come to the point of realizing that marriage is work. Marriage is really hard work. Marriage is a commitment. And I like to think that marriage is even a bigger commitment and a challenge because you are committing to someone who you really many a times do not know. Because you've met many a times when you are adults. So it is really a big challenge, but it works if we are deliberate about having it work. And I want to say that one of the least, I'll outline 5 factors which are very important for marriage to work. And I want to say that the least important factors that makes marriage work is love. So love is the least important factor. And why I say this is because love grows. I'm sure when you interact with your folks or you are home visiting your folks, you see them being very close, being very neat, being very almost emotionally connected and throughout. At times when I go home, I find that whatever my dad thought about eating did not communicate it verbally, but you find that at times it is actually what my mom prepared for dinner. So there's that level of love that they have gotten to, but this is coming after 40 years of working marriage. So many of us now want to go into marriage and think, I love this person so much and I want our love to be at that level. I want to believe that love grows. And as you continue working on love, continue working on your relationship so that does the love grow. So, and that is why you find, I have said that of these 5 factors, that factor of love is the least important. And it's number 5. So what are the first 4 most important factors in marriage? Number 1 is trust. Trust defines or is the foundation upon which a marriage is built, a relationship is built. If you have been in a situation where trust has been broken in a marriage, it is always one of the most difficult qualities to repair. I like to say it can be repaired, and it is actually repairable when the 2 parties are deliberate about the kind of relationship they want to have. But yes, trust. It has to be mutual. That I trust you and you trust me. Why do I say trust is a very important factor? It is because it's even said that trust is a better complement than love. And even for you today, I'm sure there are relatives of yours who you really love, but you never even want them to know where you live. Why? Because you love them, but you don't trust them. So in your marriage, you must be deliberate about protecting this principle of trust. You must guard trust very jealously. You must be deliberate about being, number 1, trustworthy to yourself. There are people who are just not trustworthy to themselves. And that becomes then the point upon which the lack of trust trickles out into the other partners. So you must be able to trust your partner. You must be deliberate about trusting your partner and trusting yourself. And trusting yourself means that if you trust yourself enough, then that trust will rub on your partner, and your partner will also trust you. They will know it doesn't matter where this person is, there are things they cannot do. Probably I would not cheat on you, would not cheat on your spouse. You would not lie about where you are. And those are all issues around trust. And so, are you deliberate about working around the trust aspect of your relationship? The second aspect that is key in marriage and what marriages fail is communication. Now, communication is so important that if you are not deliberate about communicating with this person who you do not know, who you actually got into a relationship with and are now building a marriage, how do you expect them to know what you feel, to know what you want? Yeah. So marriage is built on communication. Communication is that point where you say each and everything that is important to the other partner that they need to know, you actually say to them. You actually have them having the correct information as and of when it is needed. You will find that conflicts will arise where communication is done poorly. And communication is as easy as just speaking yourself out. If you trust this person, then there should be no reason why communication should be a barrier. And I want to tell you, many couples today are struggling because communication has failed in their marriage. Instead of communicating, they have taken up to conflicts because you did not communicate. Then the only result that will come out of lack of communication is conflict. You did not tell me you are going. You did not tell me you had a seminar and you would be away from work for a week, and therefore I prepared for you the entire of next week. Or you need for me to prepare for you now, and you had the whole of last week to tell me so that I could prepare for you to be away. So communicate. Communicate in terms of what you feel. Be genuine. If you are angry, say it. If you are unhappy, say it. If you're excited, tell your spouse, I feel happy and I would want us to take a moment and to just celebrate what I'm feeling. So communication is so important that if it fails, then that is the foundation upon which a marriage will actually fail. So you must be deliberate about communicating. You must be deliberate about putting what you feel out there and letting your partner know about it. The third aspect that is very important is understanding. Understanding. You must be able to bring yourself down to the level of understanding your spouse. Nobody in a marriage is perfect. Nobody is excellent. Even you, probably, you are the most difficult person to deal with. Probably, could I be? I could be the most difficult person for my spouse to deal with. But she has chosen to understand. I have chosen to understand. And so you have to understand that you are coming from a whole different background. Somebody was brought up in a completely different set of standards, a completely different set of values. And so here you are building a marriage who tells you what convinces you that if you do not understand that person and their way of doing things, you will not consistently have conflicts. That will always occur. But if you choose to understand each other and to work around each other through understanding and knowing this person very well, then you will find that your marriage will sail smoothly. You will not have conflicts, and you will actually build a strong and satisfying and happy marriage. The last thing that you need to work on is respect. Respect is two-way. You respect your spouse, they respect you. There are words you cannot use to your spouse. There are demeaning words in marriage that when said, the consequence, the effect of those words last a lifetime. So be deliberate about, number one, being careful to respect your spouse. Number two, being careful to respect your spouse with the words that you actually say. That you do not say out words, say words of hurt. You do not say words that demean the other person because you respect them. And the same way you would want them to respect you is the same way you have to respect them. And that will be the foundation of a strong marriage. Then lastly, you will come and love each other. And if these four are working, then you will find that love will generally flow. Thank you.